Hi everyone. Today is April 15th, and as of now, we have beautiful spring flowers showing up in our yard. But food is scarce. Usually, early spring is called as the hungry gap for the same reason. While growing a buffet worth of food may not be possible without a decent greenhouse this early in the season, and our annual plants are too small to eat just yet. We want to share with you 5 tips we use to get early harvest of decent salad greens without any greenhouse or extra care. Our tip number 3 is the least amount of work and most rewarding, so don't miss it. Plus, in tip 4, we will show you a unique food source that almost everyone has in their backyard. Tip number 1 is to leave some frost-tolerant plants in your garden during winter. For example, we have these turnips from last fall. We had good turnip harvest last fall and left the smaller plants in. We had a single row cover thrown on it. We didn't even try to make a low tunnel with it. So as soon as March came around, these 3 started making leaves. They are pushing flower stalks. We can harvest the stalk and eat it as asparagus shoot, but we want to save some seeds, so we will let it flower. Tip number 2 is related to tip number 1. Second tip is to try leaving different varieties of plant in from past fall. This way, if one of them fail, you still will have other options. Let us show you another example. We have these Brussels sprouts from last year and they are pushing shoots too. We harvest these leaves from one of these plants at a time. This allows the other plants to keep their leaves growing and give us larger leaves for next harvest. We trimmed the plant only a couple of weeks ago, but the lower stem was still alive, so we let it be. We have some fall planted spinach also, and we harvested the same way. We did provide a small open-ended low tunnel over the spinach, but last year, few of our spinach plants survived without any cover. Now for tip number 3, let us go to our front yard. We do want to mention that we have tried all these tips last year as well as this, and it is working wonderfully for us. So our third tip is to plant some perennials. For example, we have this beautiful French sorrel here, and it is already pushing so many leaves this early. It is sour and adds a nice flavor tone to our salad. Our kids love it. We harvest outermost leaf 2 to 3 at a time because these are so large. Similarly, we have this red vein French sorrel. Such a beautiful plant, and this one has stronger flavor. So for this one, we harvest the innermost newer leaves instead. This one is so pretty, we are trying to make a border out of it. We also have these different kind of onions all over. So we grab a leaf or 2 of these to add zinc to a salad. Onions are very strong plants and hold well in winter here in our Zone 6B Kansas garden. We also have these dwarf kale plants, parsley, carrot and chard that overwintered under fall leaves. This does not look like much, but it all adds up, and we will show that once we are done with this harvest. Now for tip 4, here is the unique crop that is so ubiquitous. It is hosta. So many kinds of hosta shoots are edible. You harvest them the same way you would harvest asparagus, picking the larger shoots and letting the smaller ones grow to harvest another day. If you have hosta in your backyard, please do Google it up to make sure it is the edible kind. You would eat hosta shoots the same way you eat asparagus. In fact, it tastes very similar too. Tip number 5 is about getting annual crops like lettuce, onion greens, etc. to grow faster. We do this by starting these seeds in February, and as soon as we have germination, we transplant some of these plants in these balcony containers. The container warms up faster than soil in ground and helps the plant grow fast enough. Also, being in a container, we can easily move it around in case the temperature drops too much. We also stick some onion sets in similar container, and it gives us lovely onion greens early in spring. Now let us look at our harvest from today. We will drop these leaves in this larger bowl to give you an idea of how these leaves add up to give a decent salad. One question that may pop up in your mind is how often can you get this harvest? For us, we get one decent size harvest every other day right now. But as the weather warms up, we will be able to harvest it every day. Last year, we were able to get 2 harvests every day with this method. So, those are our 5 tips. Let us know in comments if you already use these methods or are planning to try them out. If you found value in this video, please do like it and subscribe to help our channel grow. Thanks for watching.